Hi, my name is Taylor. I drove from Missouri to Alligator Alcatraz, and I made a bunch of connections there while I was there. And we are hearing from detainees who are communicating with their family members that for the past 48 hours, they've been moving people en masse very quickly. People are watching the cages next to them be completely emptied. They're moving hundreds of people at once, and we were trying to figure out why.
Okay, don't panic. I can almost guarantee that this is about this. You mentioned that people have been being moved for the last 48 hours. That tracks because on Thursday, Alligator Alcatraz was handed some bad news in court. Not the worst bad news that they could receive, but still bad news nonetheless, which is obviously good news for us and any decent people out there. See, a judge ordered the temporary halting of the construction of the facility. They didn't order its closing or shuttering, but just construction, and specifically from an environmental angle, which may seem like a random thing to worry about, but it's actually pretty ingenious. So this has nothing to do with the treatment of people inside the facility, which, by the way, means the administration is probably far less prepared to fight it. And all credit should go to the Miccosukee Tribe because they were the ones to initiate this, and environmental groups joined in the effort. So the facility is technically allowed to continue to operate. However, over the next few weeks, there's going to be evidence gathering. And at the very least, I would imagine that they want to limit the ongoing environmental harm while discovery is going on. You know, the facility is probably going to have a larger negative impact while there are hundreds, if not thousands of people being housed there. But also it's possible that they're worried that the discovery process is going to allow for a lot more inspections and the collection and documentation of evidence, including inside those facilities. So it's possible that they just want to clear everything out so they can clean everything up real quick. And so there's no documentation of what it actually looks like at its worst, nor what the conditions are for people being held there. Now, as for the tracking of individuals as they're being moved elsewhere, those will take a little while to update in general, but probably more likely since this is a very last minute kind of scramble. So again, don't panic. I'm not going to say that there's nothing to worry about, obviously, because as long as any part of the system exists, there's plenty to worry about. But this can all probably be perfectly explained by that order, and it doesn't mean anything specifically horrifying outside of the ordinary. Hope that helps.